What if I told you that the pile of feces most people try to flush, bury, or avoid even talking about could become the gas that cooks dinner? Not metaphorically, not in some futuristic laboratory. Literally. Human waste, animal manure, food scraps, and rotting organic matter can all be fed into a sealed biological chamber, where bacteria break them down without oxygen and release methane-rich biogas. That gas can be captured, piped to a small stove, and burned like a primitive version of natural gas. In other words, the thing modern society treats as disgusting waste can become a flame under a cooking pot. And this is not some fringe idea invented by survivalists on the internet. In rural China, household biogas digesters became one of the largest low-tech energy programs in modern history. By the end of 2010, China had around 40 million family-sized biogas digesters, producing billions of cubic meters of biogas, and turning household waste, animal manure, and farm residue into cooking fuel and fertilizer. This was not a tiny experiment. This was a national rural energy strategy. Millions of families were using bacteria, manure, and sealed underground tanks to replace firewood, coal, and bottled gas. If that sounds unbelievable, subscribe now, because this is exactly the kind of forgotten practical technology that modern energy conversations almost never explain. The backyard biogas digester is basically an artificial stomach buried in the ground or placed behind a home. Organic waste goes in, oxygen stays out, bacteria take over, and biogas rises. The process is called anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic means without oxygen, and digestion means that microorganisms are breaking down organic matter. The result is a gas mixture made mostly of methane and carbon dioxide, with small traces of other gases. The methane is the valuable part because methane burns. That is the same basic reason natural gas burns in a kitchen stove. The difference is that natural gas comes from underground fossil deposits, while backyard biogas comes from yesterday's waste. The banana peel, the leftover rice, the pig manure, the cow dung, the chicken waste. And yes, even human feces in properly designed sanitation systems all contain organic energy. A digester does not create energy from nothing. It captures energy that was already trapped in biological material and converts it into a usable form before that material simply rots away in the open. That is what makes the system so psychologically powerful. It destroys the clean separation modern life has created between waste, fuel, food, and soil. In a normal household, waste leaves through the toilet, food scraps go into the trash, gas comes from a utility company, and fertilizer comes from a bag. In a biogas system, those categories collapse into one loop. Waste enters the digester, gas rises, the stove burns. The remaining liquid slurry becomes fertilizer. The fertilizer feeds the soil grows food, the food creates more waste. The loop continues. This is why China invested so heavily in household biogas during the second half of the 20th century. Rural families needed cooking fuel. Firewood caused deforestation and smoke. Coal was dirty and expensive. Bottled gas required supply chains. But pigs, cows, people, crop residues, and kitchen scraps were already there. A rural household with animals was already producing the feedstock every day. The genius of the Chinese backyard digester was not that it invented new energy. It organized existing waste into a controlled biological machine. The most iconic Chinese model was the fixed dome digester, usually built underground from brick, concrete, or masonry. Waste entered from one side, decomposed inside a sealed chamber, and the gas collected in the dome-shaped upper section. As pressure increased, the gas could be directed through a pipe to a kitchen stove. The family could cook with gas created from its own waste stream. For a small farmer, this meant less dependence on firewood, less smoke inside the kitchen, less raw manure sitting outside, and a steady flow of fertilizer from the digester outlet. It was dirty, simple, and extremely practical. And the scale matters. When people talk about renewable energy, they usually imagine solar farms, wind turbines, lithium batteries, and smart grids. But China's rural biogas program showed something different. Millions of small biological reactors, each one attached to a household. Each one turning local waste into local fuel. It was not glamorous. It did not look futuristic. But it solved a real daily problem: how to cook without buying as much fuel. In a modern American household, natural gas bills can easily sit somewhere around tens of dollars per month, depending on the region, season, appliances, and usage. For many homes, replacing even part of the cooking fuel with biogas would not eliminate the entire utility bill. But it could reduce the most basic daily fuel demand, the flame used for cooking. That is the correct way to understand backyard biogas. It is not going to run a modern suburban house with air conditioning, dryers, refrigerators, televisions, computers, and electric water heaters. A small digester is not a whole home power plant. Its strongest use is cooking gas, waste treatment, and fertilizer production. But that is already enough to matter. because cooking is one of the most constant energy needs in human life. Every day, people eat. Every day, kitchens need heat. Every day, waste is produced. Biogas connects those three facts. Now here is where the story becomes strange. In China, household biogas was treated as rural infrastructure. In the United States, the same basic idea enters a completely different legal and cultural environment. The moment you store methane-rich gas in a backyard, it is no longer just a sustainability project. It becomes a fuel gas issue. Methane is flammable. Biogas can contain gases that are hazardous in enclosed spaces. A leak in the wrong place can create an explosion risk. That means a backyard digester in America is not simply judged by whether the biology works. It is judged by whether the gas storage, piping, pressure relief, ventilation, appliance connection, and waste handling comply with local rules. And this is the regulatory drama, the same technology that can be treated as a normal rural household system in one country can become nearly impossible to approve in another country because the legal category changes. In China, it is a household energy and sanitation tool. In much of the United States, it may be treated as unapproved fuel gas storage. The bacteria are the same, the methane is the same, the flame is the same, but the paperwork changes everything. That is why you can find small biogas systems advertised as backyard or household solutions, sometimes with prices in the low hundreds of dollars. Sometimes promoted as systems that can be physically assembled quickly, even over a weekend. But physical assembly is not the same as legal, safe operation. A tank, a hose, and a bag of gas may look simple, but biogas is not a toy. A safe system needs proper outdoor placement, pressure control, leak prevention, ventilation, flame protection. The dangerous version of this story is build a cheap gas system in your backyard and start cooking. The serious version is understand why millions. That difference matters. Because the backyard biogas digester lives in the uncomfortable space between ancient biology and modern liability. On the biology side, it is beautifully simple. Organic waste plus water plus bacteria plus a sealed oxygen-free chamber equals gas. On the legal side, it is complicated. Gas storage means risk. Human waste means sanitation rules. Fertilizer output means contamination concerns. Visual morph transition. A rural village scene morphs into a modern American suburb. Text callout, category mismatch in graphite, safety orange accents, kinetic motion. Become acceptable behind a suburban American house. And yet, the underlying idea remains powerful. The system exposes a contradiction in modern life. We pay to remove waste. We pay to buy gas. We pay to buy fertilizer. Then we pay again to manage the environmental damage caused by waste, fossil fuels, and fertilizer production. A digester compresses that entire chain into one biological loop: waste in, gas out, fertilizer out. The process is slow, wet, bacterial, and ugly, but it is also logical. If you are enjoying this breakdown, subscribe now, because this channel is about the technologies that sound primitive until you realize they solve problems. The historical roots of biogas go far beyond China. Methane from decomposing organic matter has been observed for centuries. Swamps were known to release flammable gas long before modern energy systems existed. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, sewage gas was captured in some municipal systems. Farms experimented with digesters. Wastewater plants learned to recover methane. But China turned the household-scale version into something much larger. By aligning animal manure, rural sanitation, the Chinese model made the digester part of everyday life. It was not only an energy device, it was a farm management device. It was a sanitation. A rural household with animals was already producing the feedstock every day. Instead of letting that manure pile up, attract flies, smell, and release methane uncontrolled, the waste could enter the digester. Kitchen scraps could be added. In some sanitation-connected systems, human waste could also enter. But that requires much more careful design because of pathogens and contamination risk. Inside the sealed chamber, bacteria slowly converted part of that organic material into gas. The gas went to the stove. The remaining digestate. This is not clean in the glossy marketing sense. It is clean in the system sense. The waste is contained. The gas is captured. The nutrients are returned. The fuel is local. And the household becomes slightly less dependent on outside energy. That is the part modern energy branding rarely understands. People do not only need electricity, they need practical heat, they need cooking fuel, waste management, fertilizer. A backyard biogas digester operates exactly where those needs overlap. And that overlap is why the hook is so visceral. Feces can become fire. The material people are most disgusted by can become the flame that boils water. That sentence sounds almost offensive because it breaks a social rule. We are not supposed to connect toilets to kitchens in our imagination, but the digester does not care about disgust. Bacteria do not care about moisture, temperature, and oxygen levels. That is why biogas is both fascinating and uncomfortable. It forces us to admit that waste is not the end of a process. About moisture, temperature, and oxygen levels. That is why biogas is both fascinating and uncomfortable. It forces us to admit that waste is not the end of a process. Waste is a resource in the wrong container. The backyard biogas digester is the container that changes the outcome, but the limitations need to be said clearly. Small digesters require steady feedstock. They work better in warm climates than cold ones. They can smell failure, risks, improper design. The point of this video is not to encourage reckless backyard experimentation. The point is to show that one of the largest low-tech energy systems hiding behind something most people refuse to talk about: manure. And the reason this matters today is not because everyone should immediately install a digester. It matters because it changes the way we think about energy. The modern world often treats energy as something that delivered through pipes, wires, trucks, ships, and corporations. Biogas shows that some energy is already moving through the household. Every day in biological form, every meal produces scraps, every animal produces manure, every garden needs nutrients, every kitchen needs heat. A digester connects those facts into a loop. In China, that loop reached tens of millions of households. In the United States, the same idea runs into fire is useful and dangerous. Biogas belongs in that same category. It deserves respect, not hype. It deserves engineering, not improvisation. It deserves regulation. So when you hear that a backyard digester could be built for a few $100s, the important question is not only can it be built? The better question is, can it be operated safely, legally, and reliably where you live? That is the difference between a viral survival video. The Chinese household biogas story proves the biology works at massive scale. The American regulatory problem proves that working biology is not enough. The most shocking part is not that feces can become fuel. The most shocking part is that we built a society where that sounds impossible, even though nature has been doing the chemistry forever. Swamps make methane. Landfills make methane. Animal stomachs make methane. Sewage, methane. The digester simply captures the process before the gas escapes and turns it toward a useful flame. That is why this technology deserves attention. It is not shiny. It is not clean-looking. But it may be one of the most honest energy systems ever built. It begins with the truth that life creates waste. It ends with the truth, energy. And between those two truths is a sealed tank full of bacteria doing work that no battery, solar panel, or utility company invented. So the next time you see a pile of manure, a bucket of food scraps, remember this. Under the right conditions, that is not just waste. That is fuel. It can become gas. That gas can become fire, and that fire can cook the next meal. Leave a comment telling me whether you think backyard biogas should be treated as a normal household energy system or a regulated gas hazard. And subscribe now.